continuing our coverage. Matthew Campbell is live in the studio where legal experts are weighing in on these additional charges.
Yeah, Matt, we went to a legal expert who has experience on both sides of the courtroom. So he's been in the shoes of both the defense as well as the prosecution. And he says after reading this 43-page warrant, it is the defense that needs to be worried.
Fotis Dulos may only be charged with tampering with evidence and interfering with an investigation, but based on the warrant state police released yesterday, placing him at Jennifer's home on the day she went missing. If more charges came, Ryan McGuigan, criminal defense attorney and former state prosecutor, says he wouldn't be surprised.
It is a very difficult case. It's going to be a fight.
The warrant not only places Fotis in New Canaan, it shows a truck he borrowed from his employee had a blood-like substance on it. McGuigan says if he was defending Fotis, he'd try to cast doubt on who was driving that truck.
And if you're his defense attorney, it's pretty easy to say there's no evidence that he was in the car.
Fotis' girlfriend, Michelle Troconis, is also facing an additional charge, but the warrant shows she's also changed her story and appears to be helping the prosecution. McGuigan would shift the attention to her.
You look at her testimony and you look at the fact that she originally said one thing and now she's saying something completely different. So she lied at some point, so now she's a liar. So that's what you want to point out.
While it seems the state has a lot of new information, they don't have the most critical piece of evidence, Jennifer's body.
You need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she's no longer living and that it was his hands that caused her death. So that's a major sticking point for the prosecution.
But based on previous cases, McGuigan believes that obstacle could be hurdled in time.
I don't think that that's going to be a major problem based on the amount of blood that may or may not have been found.
Now, one thing to point out is that both Troconis and Fotis are facing similar charges, yet it was Fotis who had state police go to his house in Farmington, bring him all the way down to Bridgeport to be booked. Now, McGuigan says the state did that to prove a point and show the public that they're still very much on top of this case. That's the latest. Live here in the control room, Matthew Campbell, Channel 30 News.